Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions integrated campus. I welcome all the civil engineering students for this online class. In today's class, I am going to discuss about joints, its classification and importance from civil engineering point of view. Structural geology is the study of the process that result in the formation of geological structures. So the geological structures include folds, faults, joints, and how these structures affect on rocks. Hence, structural geology is the study of the process that result in the formation of geological structures, which include folds, faults, joints, how these folds, faults, joints are affected over the rocks. Joints are fractures or openings found in all sort of rocks. Most of the joints are formed either tensional forces or shearing forces, and so they are called as tension joints or shear joints. Naturally, the joints which are present in the rock divide into number of blocks. Joints occur in a definite direction and as a set. In some cases, we can find the joints in 2 sets or 3 sets or 4 sets or even more. Every set of joints have its own strike direction and own dip direction. Joints, if we measure, they may be up to a few centimeters in length, and sometimes they measure, in lengthy way, it's a measuring of 2 meters, even possible. Joints may occur as vertical or horizontal or inclined in any form. Most of the joints are smooth, but sometimes a few joints display plumose structure or plumose markings. Plumose markings, that is due to rock inhomogeneity. That means the composition, it is not uniform. So these are the plumose markings. That means there are some ridges and depressions. That means ridges, depressions and depressions is called as plumose markings. This happens in case the rock has inhomogeneity character. Classification of joints. Attitude. Classification of joints. Now let us start classification of joints. So joints are classified on the basis of their relative attitude and origin. By considering the attitude, the joints may be designated as strike joints, dip joints, oblique joints, and bedding joints. In case of origin, we consider the joints as shear joints, and occurrence point of view, the joints are classified as sheet jointing, columnar jointing, mural jointing. Now, classification of joints based on relative attitude. When joints are parallel to strike direction, so here in the picture you can see this is the strike direction. So the joints are parallel to strike direction or dip direction. Dip direction means perpendicular. This is the, when you feel this is strike and this is perpendicular. That means that is dip direction. This is also perpendicular. So when joints are parallel to strike direction or dip direction of adjacent beds, then we can call these joints as strike joints or dip joints respectively. Strike joints and these are dip joints. If the direction of joints is neither parallel to the strike direction nor parallel to dip direction of adjacent beds, in such a case, such joints are called as oblique joints. So these are the oblique joints because they are not parallel to strike direction or not parallel to dip direction. That's why they are called as oblique joints. So strike joints, dip joints, oblique joints are classified based on relative attitude of joints. If the attitude of the joints coincides totally with the attitude of adjacent beds, in such a case we can call them as bedding joints. So bedding joints also included here, and these all sort of joints are classified based on relative attitude of joints. Coming to based on origin of the joints, origin point of view. Shear joints develop where shearing forces prevail. That means wherever the shearing forces are existing, so shear joints are developed. Faults and limbs of folds are the places where shearing forces occur and create shearing joints. That means shearing joints can be seen in case where faults are present in the rocks. Otherwise, limbs of the fold are the two places where we can see shear joints. This is the fault direction, normal fault. With respect to this wall has gone down. So this is the best figure where shear joints are developed. Classification based on mode of occurrence. Sometimes in igneous rocks, especially in granite, a horizontal set of joints, see the joints are horizontal here. So those horizontal joints divide the rock in such a way to give an appearance of layered structure. So because of horizontal joints, the rock gives an appearance similar to layered structure, so which is called as sheet structure. Hence here it is called as jointing, sheet jointing. This is sheet jointing. This is a picture taken in England by some author, and the place is Dartmoor at Devon, where sheet jointing can be clearly seen in the granite. All are horizontal joints. And columnar jointing can be seen in case of some of the basalts. Basalts and some other volcanic rocks sometimes exhibit columnar joints. They are typically parallel and straight. So the joints divide the basalt rock into polygonal blocks, and each block is bounded by 3 to 8 sides. Maybe 3 sides or 5 sides or 8 sides. So these columnar joints form when the rock cools and contracts. When only the columnar jointing is seen in certain rocks. Columnar jointing in basalt rock. These are the best photographs displaying columnar jointing. Mural jointing in granite and some other igneous rocks. Sometimes three sets of joints are seen. Two sets are vertical like this, and one set is horizontal. So they are equally spaced and divide the mass into more or less cubical blocks are called as murals. So such jointing is called as mural jointing. In sedimentary rocks also joints can be seen. Usually folded rocks and faulted sediment rocks are associated with jointing. Limestone, sandstones are characterized by a set of parallel fractures, so which enables the limestone and sandstone split into thin sheets of uniform thickness, and hence they are called as flaggy limestones in case of limestones and flaggy sandstones in case of sandstones. Similarly, joints can be seen in metamorphic rocks, and common to see all these joints in the metamorphic rocks, and they do not have any definite pattern. In the weak zones, weak beds, the fractures are generally closely spaced. Because of the presence of these fractures, the rock can be split into thin sheets. Such phenomena is called as rock cleavage. We can see the rock cleavage in the rock. Slate is the best example. Joints are filled by various materials and are filled by precipitated minerals called as veins. See, this is a vein. So the joint is filled by some of the minerals. That's why it is called as vein. And sometimes these joints are filled by magma. In such a case, we can call it as a dike. So this is the dike, this is the host rock. So the dike is filled by solidified magma. Importance of joints from civil engineering point of view. Joints cause the leakage of water in case of dams and reservoirs. So study of joints is very much required in case of both dams and reservoirs. Joints may pose groundwater problems in tunneling. Due to the presence of joints, water leaks in the tunnel and which disturb the alignment. Presence of joints in rocks allow the movement of water and may act as aquifers. So by considering the point aquifer, the presence of joints helps for the movement of water. Borewells for water will be more productive in highly jointed rocks rather than in less jointed rocks. So more quantity of water is possible in case of the joints are more when compared to less jointed rocks. The orientation of joints is also very significant in engineering projects, whether they are horizontal or vertical or inclined. So by studying these joints, that concerned project depends. Sometimes joints cause landslides. Mineral exploration in mining sector becomes very easy to extract the minerals or rocks, that is due to the presence of joints. Quarry operations are also very easy and they are influenced by joints only. See, the mining in granite area, because of the presence of joints, the mining is very easy. Hence, so joint quarry operations are obviously influenced by the presence of joints. Thank you.